Hello, I'm at the table. I've got a cup of no tea. It's in the wrong cup, but it still tastes nice. As you all know, my favourite beverage while reviewing is a cup of cha. Now, I did a video 2 videos back where I gave you a choice of a couple of robots. And I did Exilian's one yesterday, or the day before. And today it is the turn of TWPikachooooooooooooo's choice of the video. Which is this dirty bastard. Transformers Classics 2.0 SIDESWIPE. Now, this is, in all honesty, a really good toy. Really good toy. Now, the first thing I don't like is this. Let's have a closer look. This is his little jetpack. It swivels on there, so you can kind of do that. But again, that wouldn't fit on him. I don't. This is not a glory in my. It's good when it's on, when he's in robot mode, but it's not a joyous occasion when it's in car mode. This, however, is kind of like, originally I think he was a Countach. Now he is what essentially looks like, it looks like a Gallardo, sort of. I mean, it's just a very stylized. It's definitely a Lamborghini of some description, but it looks like a Gallardo in my opinion. I don't think the Gallardo was even around when this mould was made, but that's kind of what it looks like at the moment. Very good. I'm just going to adjust my lens a bit because the colour's a bit funny. The red on here is glorious. Really good. And if I get up dead close, I'm hoping you can see, it's kind of sparkly in the plastic, which is just stupendous. Unfortunately, this bit on here, which is the only bit that doesn't match, the colour doesn't match the rest of the car. And I don't think it does on the Takara version either, which is a shame, because I'd really like that. But that's good. On the back you got swipe for side swipe. Wheels, they roll nicely. This one's a bit stiff, that one rolls really well, but yeah, he does alright. Nice grille on the front, nice lights. See, clear lights, should have put that on Jazz. Definitely much better. And on underneath you got a nice tailpipe sticking out the back. Look. And let's start there, shall we? The tailpipe. Oh, underneath you've got, yeah, it's kibble. There's no visible head. You got fisties. And this is a real bugger when you go from robot mode back to car mode, because if you don't get the angle of these bits right here, it turns into a real pain in the bazooka. But once you've done it a few times, it's fairly easy to grasp. You always know the back end's held together right, because this is the first clever bit, that there's a little peg there, look, see that square? And you know when the robot's put together, because that square fits in that square there, which holds everything together. But this is his gun, this is his blaster, so at the back end it's a tailpipe and at the front end it's a bang bang. And you wouldn't really know. It's very clever, I very much like it. There. Transformation. So this, in my opinion, this thing just kind of involves quite a lot of pulling. You need to just sort of loosen it up and pull it around quite a lot. So you can see where the legs are going to be. So what we'll do is we'll take those, move them to one side. They're going to become his kneecaps, okay? And then we'll take the legs and just sort of finagle everything so all the joints are nice and loose. See, it just includes an awful lot of pulling. Good, bad, make of it what you will, doesn't really matter. And then take the back end, there, get it all apart, and then it just sort of wiggles apart, look. So there's no real way in my book of doing it well. Yeah, so then you make sure those are apart at the side, and then you lift the back end up, which gives you some nice all-spark blue, whether you like all-spark blue or not. And then the first thing you do is take the whole waist section and rotate. so it's backwards, because you don't do that with his brother Sunstreaker, but you do with this one. Okay, then spin the knee pads round. I put them this way. I'm not actually quite sure if it's the correct way, but I put them that way. It just seems to work. And then you take the feeties that are in here, look, and you've got little tabs on the back here. See? So you put your finger on that. Now when you put the feet away, make sure you put the feet away sort of the right way, otherwise they don't work. So let's do the other one with that. Click. That all comes out nice and sweet. And then you turn the feet kind of sideways, and then the first thing you've got to do is, now the body's out right, is spin the legs so the wheels are forward, and then turn your kneecaps in. Okay, so now you've got more or less the bottom half of Sideswipe all put together. Okay, I might tilt the camera up, give me a bit more room to work with. Now with the body, okay, your arms are in there, so you've got to pick them up and turn them out. Pick it up, turn it out, and the arms are attached to the wheels, so these white bits here, you've got to lift that out, turn it up like that, and then rotate the whole thing over, so the wheel, there, if you pull the, because that's outlet, so you've got plastic bits in here, and then when you pull it, it gives you a lot more space. So you turn that over so the wheel tucks on the inside, turn that over so the wheel tucks on the inside. And if you line it up and sort of, you've got to jiggle these white bits around so it doesn't get caught on anything. There you go. And then if we do that and put it flat, turn it like that, and then bring it round, you can see the wheels are nice and lined up inside out. Then flap that round, and then do it again on the hinges. So let's just do that again so you can see. So you got hinge and hinge, so you got flap that, and then that hinge comes down there as well. Attach that onto the body, you've got to lift up that, which kind of does it on its own as you're finagling the vehicle, but turn that, that goes in there, and it just sort of stays. It does click in somewhere. There we go. So you've got to lift it up and it clicks into the white body section. So there we have Sideswipe. Stood like he's got rickets a little bit, which I'm not particularly pleased with, but move the camera back a bit. And he's quite tall. So turn the arms up the other way, like that. Turn the arms up the other way, like that. Fold the doors around the other way, like that. Fold the doors around the other way, like that. And then just sort of turn the arms, and there. We're kind of getting there. Do this a bit better, shall we? Turn that in. Turn that in, and now he's got his proper knee pads going on. Now this is the best bit. If you turn this round backwards, head's in there, and I sat for absolutely ages, because this is one of the ones where I sat there and I thought, I'm not going to read the instructions, I won't read the instructions. All you do, I'll keep it at that angle, is you twist the whole top section and the head pokes out, which is brilliant. Now the one thing I will say about this guy is his head is one of the most G1 accurate head moulds. It's just brilliant. Look at that light pipe, and his eyes are glowing up there already, look. He has just really, really good light piping, and you can see the pegs on his shoulders there. So if you take the bottom of the peg, and we'll stick it in the hole. Put that in there. He wears his shoulder cannon on his arm. Now that will go in his fisty as well, but he looks good with it like that. Okay, so let's just sort of turn, see these white things on the shoulders here, in order to get him sort of looking right, you've got to turn them back there, and that lifts his shoulders up, and then he looks a bit more sort of in proportion. And there we go. So back section, nice and clean. No, I mean, alright, yeah, you can see it's the windscreen of the car, but it's not kibble-tastic. Back of the legs, not an awful lot of junk hanging around. I've got to work out how these knee pads go best, because if you put it like that, I suppose if it went like that, and this is probably it, because then you can see the Allspark blue on his leg pieces. The Allspark blue's nice and shiny, waist is good, articulation wise is amazing on this thing. Front and back at the hip, on the knee, it will twist there, So if you look it up, there is loads of famous poses of this particular mould where he does this sort of laying on one knee gig. Universe 2.0 SIDESWIPE. This has got to be, realistically, I think this has got to be one of the best, isn't it? Marks out of 10, please. My mark out of 10 for this figure is 10. I don't think it gets an awful lot better, to be fair. Oh, and quickly, before I forget, because I'm a Wally, stick that on his backpack, and that becomes his jetpack, look. So he can sort of jet off like a great big jetty jet. Gently jet, SMS #1, signing out.